March 2019. Well, the Sun enters Aries, which is the spring equinox, and then we have Mercury turning retrograde on March 5th. Now, all this is actually really very interrelated, and the common factor with all the zodiacs would be their communication skills. Now, as we all understand that communication skills not only affects your professional life, but it also largely affects your personal life. So, my advice to you or to everyone in general would be, think before you speak. Speak what you mean and mean what you say. I am bringing a slight shift into my predictions. Rather than, I will definitely be predicting where the planets are and which are the planets affecting in a particular month, and what is the attitude that we need to take to actually tide over that month, whether it is our personal life or whether it is our professional life. For example, in March, when I have spoken about various planets and the major planet like Mercury, then I've spoken about Mars, I'm speaking about Uranus or Neptune or Pluto, whether they are conjoining or whether they are in square or whether they are in opposition. What is the zodiac a person belonging to a particular zodiac sign needs to do in that particular month is actually applicable 100%. So my focus is going to be on the outer planets, and my focus is going to be on how an individual who's born in a particular zodiac needs to behave in a particular month to get the best results out of that month, and that is what leads to health, wealth and happiness, because the sun sign is what gives you the projection, how the world perceives you. And 100% we all want to be appreciated, 100% we all want to be loved, we all want to be healthy, and this is what is my endeavor to reach out to. Libra March 2019 for you. Well, this month your sign is basically empty, but there are positive aspects between your sign and Pluto, Neptune, Venus and Mars. Now that means the astrological influences are to be very sincere and insightful, affectionate and motivated. So what are the things these planets are affecting? Those energies in you, and they are actually advocating that you need to be very sincere, so your purity of intent should be intact. You should be very insightful, that means think twice before you are saying something, don't be frivolous about situations, and be very affectionate and motivated. Now when we are saying affectionate and motivated doesn't mean that you have to go and give that plastic smile to everyone. No, you just have to be yourself. Your physical demeanor should not seem rude to the other people. So think twice before you do something. Think twice before you say something. You are not going to sit judgmental on anybody, or you are not going to advocate to others what you think how life should be led. So all this comes is having your own purity of intent, having your self-belief in yourself, and Neptune, Pluto and Venus and Mars, since they are sending positive effects to each other, it is really affecting the earth energies in you, the air energies in you. You could be thinking of various things that can not only help you, but also help the public at large. So if you start reconstructing yourself, if you start restructuring yourself, if you start sowing the new seeds of what you think is going to benefit the people, your affection automatically is related. And remember, it's springtime. So spring says the newness in every form. So declutter your environments. So what is it? What do the Librans need to do during the month of March? They need to keep a life balance. They need to balance their energies. They need to keep their personal and professional life in complete harmony. You cannot weigh one over the other. Paying too much of attention to personal life will neglect your professional life, which is not good. Paying too much of attention to your professional life and neglecting your personal life, not good. So probably if you are a 9 to 5 person doing work, 9 to 5, complete dedication, focus with your sincerity to your work, and after 5 2, the other day, probably completely giving your focus to your family will also help you. In case if you want to be having your own space, you want to have your own thoughts, then generally talking very sincerely upfront with your near and dear ones that you need some time alone to complete your work or to get back on the track, I am sure that they will understand, because this is a time where you have to keep balance in your life. This month is also very, very supportive, and there is such supportive energy of the planets around you that whatever you think deliberately and execute is bound to bring in results. But whatever you do rashly and impulsively, automatically the work factor is not going to do brilliantly well, and it might suffer. So basically, think positively, think freely, give vent to your creativity, take out some space, balance your personal and professional life. And in the personal life also comes balancing time for yourself. So meditation is going to do you wonders. Breathing exercises is going to do you wonders, but it needs action to ensure the motive is calm and clear. So people, Librans, who cannot get into meditations because they're restless and they're always oscillating, just doing breathing exercises for 10 minutes a day is actually equivalent to 500 minutes of meditation. It's basically what I need for the Librans in the month of March is to be calm and steady, is to restructure and also balance their personal and professional life. And the way I talk about all the best dates and the career dates and the stressful dates, actually if you get into my website and look into these dates, you will also realize that which are the days that you can utilize for me time and for your personal and professional life. And as we are wanting to mean what we say, and we have to think before we speak, we have to ensure that we do not hurt anybody's feelings. And even if you want to be direct, a little bit of softer approach will do you a world of good. And of course, to exactly know what are the best days where your career is concerned, where your honey is concerned, where money is concerned, what are the stressful days, actually getting back into my website and looking at all these dates will do you a world of good, because you will exactly know what to avoid, when to avoid, and which are the dates that you can actually be yourself and have fun. Whenever we talk about predictions, or we are giving predictions on our YouTube to reach out and tell people this date and this planet and that planet, is basically very generalized. Because the truth of the matter is that personalized charts are very different from the generalized charts. So now, since every individual is made out a little bit of every zodiac, because the planets are scattered, so obviously the predictions are also very, very personalized for every individual. For example, if I am a Capricorn and I am listening to the Capricorn zodiac, it may not be applicable to me, because my moon sign is in a different place, my Mars is in a different house, my Neptune and Venus and so on, the planets are in a different house. So obviously the energies will be different for me. So every individual needs to be aware of his natal chart. Some people are not aware of the strengths and weaknesses they have. So through their birth analysis or through their natal charts, which illuminates your personality, actually helps you know what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, what are your potentials, what are your talents, and what are the tools that you can gather and make your life much more beautiful by being healthy, wealthy and wise. So use the intelligence that is illuminated by astrology and take the wisdom in your hands of how to carve your present and your future.